When Liesl and Ernie Els found out that their son Ben had autism, they wanted to make sure that they got the very best help for him, but also they wanted to help others that were in the same position as well. Firstly, they decided to move from England to America, to Jupiter in Florida, where there was already a school that was able to help Ben. Well, they've extended that. They've improved that. And right now, this is the result. It is absolutely incredible. The very best possible help for any person that has autism, whether you're 1 year old or 50 years old. You can come here and get the very best advice and help. We're going to take you through it and show you something that is going to blow you away.
We have 2 schools that serve students ages 3 to 22. At full capacity, we will have 300 students on our campus. The schools are a free public charter school, so there's no tuition for the students that attend school here. We also have our Goals program, which is our global outreach program, and we see families from all over the world who come here for an intensive program evaluation and program development, and then we follow them after they return home through our video conferencing abilities, and this way we can supervise their programs. We've seen families from 12 different countries thus far, which is a wonderful opportunity to share the experiences that we've learned here through our best practices. We also have our Ernie Els Game on Autism golf program. It's a curriculum that we developed here at the foundation that really infuses evidence-based practices along with social skills and communication skills, using the game of golf to really teach those skills that are necessary for children with autism. And that program has been piloted across the country as well as in various other countries as well. They're here for 7 hours, and they also stay here for summer programming, not the full summer, but for 5 to 6 weeks. And then the foundation offers a summer camp for the additional weeks for them to be able to have ongoing intervention.
I think this is phenomenally important, the centre being up and running, helping people not only in the local community but also globally with what is learnt here at the centre, being able to disseminate that around the world. You know, Ernie's a global golfer. They spent a lot of time in a lot of countries over their career, so to be able to kind of give back to those countries as well as people here in the local community is huge. What it's done is given a slightly different perspective. It's somebody that people can relate to a lot more. You know, it's not perhaps blinded by science. It's something that Ernie's giving real life perspective of how it's affected them and the family and Ben and Samantha. And I think that's definitely helped raise the awareness. People thinking, you know, it happens to everybody, every walk of life. It's so kind of common that really has given people perspective on that, and they come out and they talk and share stories, and that's really the whole thing, get people sharing and giving each other best practice.
There are over 70 staff at the schools. We also have all of the staff at the foundation. We have everything from speech therapists to occupational therapists. We have behavior analysts. We have employment specialists that work with the adults to be able to find them jobs. And there are also teacher assistants and behavior technicians that are there to support the students and the participants of our programs in ensuring their success.
Liesl's very, very involved. Everything that goes on here. She's really such a driving force. She's very, very passionate, obviously, about this, her family, but also helping others. Yeah, and that energy, this place wouldn't have been built without hers and Ernie's energy and drive and getting it done. Ernie's been phenomenally lucky with his sponsors, corporate partners, a lot of his friends and contacts he's over the years that have helped, independently, and obviously the kind of golf public at large. One of our biggest kind of fundraisers is the Golf Challenge, which has been enormously successful, and that's really come from individuals playing, getting partners, getting their friends, colleagues to contribute to the cause. So it's obviously a whole group effort. It wouldn't happen with one sector of people. So it's phenomenal, the kind of groundswell that's come together to make it happen.
It's always very interesting to come to the tailor-made stand because you know they're going to have exciting products, and this year is no exception.
So last year's M2, people really liked the forgiveness of the product. So we added, and we're able to add that level of forgiveness in this year's M1. So the inertia, the stability, so when you hit it off center, you get better performance. The track is about a ½ inch or 13 millimeters longer with more weight in it, 27 grams. And so for that player who's really looking to dial it in,
it feels like it's a much more of a forgiving driver than last year's M1.
You know, Justin Rose likes to say it's like a Formula One car, that you really want to, you know, it's fast out of the gate, but if you want to tweak it a little bit for the track, or you know, you can do that.
If I had to take one today, it'd be this one for sure.
Now on M2, we talked about it. It was about forgiveness, it's about distance. So how are we going to make that sort of on steroids, you know, like take it to the next level? Some of it is with the materials. The other part is what we call geoacoustics. So it's using those materials in a real intelligent geometry. We push this in, freed up volume to make the face bigger and the head larger. When you do that, the stability, the inertia, it all goes up. So those off-center strikes, again, get improved. Then the speed pocket here, 3 times more flexible than last year's. So you get that ball speed protection, you drop spin, so you get that high launch, low spin in this combination with the loft sleeve for adjustability.
Yeah, definitely, I think I'm more of an M2 than an M1.
Grooving it now, for sure.
Oh, that was nice. It's quite easy to hit a draw.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for me to hit a little fade with it if I want to, so it's really nice.
New M1, M2 fairway woods. In the M1 fairway wood, we added a speed pocket. We had to move the track back, and we added a speed pocket. Speed pockets, more speed, less spin. And then M2, first time we added inverted cone. So you say, what is inverted cone? Well, we've had it in our driver faces for a while. It essentially takes a face that would be illegally fast, and now we can do it in a low profile head like a fairway would, and bring it back to the legal limit, but spread out that zone. So now you're picking up distance on those off-center strikes.
That looked like my driver. It came out so much faster.
In 2016, we elevated what an iron could do. M2 delivered a breakthrough combination of distance and height. Now we're adding a new dimension to the equation. Distance plus height plus forgiveness with a next-generation fluted hosel that lowers CG even further for higher launch. With our face slot technology, our tour-proven speed pocket preserves ball speeds on shots struck low on the face. The all-new M2, distance, height, and forgiveness. And for players looking for the performance of the distance iron in a sleeker shape, we created M1, combining the distance, height, and forgiveness of the all-new M2 iron in a more compact, workable shape for added control. 2017 M irons from TaylorMade. Same letter, better everything.
We've been working on these P-Series irons, the P770 and P750, for about 3 years now. And it's really been an ongoing process to really kind of re-engage with our tour players. We had a lot of input from tour players on the design and the construction of these products, and really what we wanted to do is find the essence of what good players are looking for. So obviously the feel is a non-negotiable. It's got to feel fantastic, soft, solid feel, and then it's got to be a workable golf club. So we're looking at the ability to shape the shots, high, low, left to right, really very easily with very subtle muscle motions and things like that. So the feedback we had from these guys really helped shape these two products. And really where these are different and why we have two products is because on the one hand you had players like Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, and Rose who wanted a really small, very compact, almost a blade-like product. This iron isn't going to offer a lot of forgiveness. That's a P750. But it's really about the maximum amount of workability in the product. We move the CG a little closer to the shaft axis, a little higher in the face, produce a little bit more spin. In the 770, this is an iron that is going to look almost identical to the 750 at address, but offers more playability. We actually use a 70-gram piece of tungsten in the back bar, so a huge piece of tungsten all the way across the back to really lower that CG. And also we carve it out on the inside to produce more heel-toe weighting. And what that actually does is it gives you more forgiveness. We're going to see a lot of these on play on tour, but as well as in bags of single-digit players, and even maybe a low double-digit handicap player can play the 770s.
That's a machining process that we do to the wedges. As you know, all the players, they don't want to touch anything that's on the sole today. That geometry on the sole is so important, and it's an important part of the wedge, as well as the leading edge. So when we hand polish The minute we take and we hand polish and we touch it, we change the geometry of that wedge sole as well as the leading edge. You've seen players, they hold that wedge up and they look at that leading edge and they want that leading edge to be symmetric and they want it to be rounded. And in order to perfect that, we have to turn to machining. So we CNC the sole as well as the leading edge so it's perfect every time. So it's done by machine versus done by hand. Jason Day is a big fan of the red color. He came to us about a year ago and he wanted to talk about adding a little bit of red. And one of the things that he wanted with red was there's a contrast with red and green. He has the ability to see his line and his path a lot easier with the red color. So we went to a red putter and he put it in a play last year and the rest was history. The other part of Jason Day, what he talks a lot about his roll, and that's all related to the angle of the groove and the grooves that's on the insert. The groove is actually at a 45-degree angle. And what that does is it provides top spin. You don't want a ball that's bouncing. You don't want a ball that's going to have a backspin effect on the ball because it's bouncing and it's moving. So the whole idea is to get the ball into a true roll as fast as you can. And Jason gets his ball into a true roll because of the insert.
The putter is such an important club in the bag. I mean, it's the club we use the most.
You've used TaylorMade putters for a long time.
Yeah, I have.
How do those look?
I like this.
You used to see the machining, you can see the polishing, so it's very, very premium.
They have a really good feel. Mainly the insert gives you good feedback. It feels like it's coming out rolling nicely. Putting is all about confidence. So this feels nice. If you're confident with it, you usually make a lot of them. I think I'm still in this one.
TaylorMade is still the first and only 5-layer tour ball. What 5 layers allows us to do that no one else can do is really decouple distance and spin. We have 2 key technologies. The Tri-Fast core, designed just for distance, and the dual spin cover, designed for spin.
There's no competition, that's the thing. It's not the same.
How does it go so straight? That's my question, though. Boom. That's it.
Hey, it's a joke. It's a joke. It literally is a joke.
Go? The only difference is feel. What's your preference? Do you want a softer 83 compression feel with the TP5, or do you want a slightly firmer, more solid feel with the TP5X at 90 compression? But otherwise, the performance, we don't want you to have to sacrifice any performance in your golf ball.
TaylorMade, as you know, did exceptionally well last year with their M1 and M2 series. They came up trumps again this year, I think, with the most amazing forged clubs in the 700 series, the P770s, P750s, wonderful golf clubs. And of course, the big news this year was that Tiger Woods has signed with TaylorMade. So that was big news. TaylorMade have done exceptionally well, and I think they are going from strength to strength.
Every year, one of the funnest stands to go and visit is the Puma Cobra stand. We're in the Puma section right now, and you know, when you put together Jasper Parnevik, Ricky Fowler, and Greg Norman, you're going to have a lot of fun, but you're going to also have classy clothing and classy footwear.
We introduced the high top late last year, and it's been hugely successful from juniors to guys that play every weekend to even some older golfers that are just looking for some more ankle support. So we've introduced new colors. We started with the white black, there's been white orange, and then a black white, and now we're introducing this beautiful triple white colorway. So you see here just white with silver accents. You have premium full grain leather throughout. Has the Ignite foam in the heel, the spiked outsole, so a really beautiful shoe for golfers that are really looking to get more support and also that added style. We have this brand new disc technology. It's proprietary to Puma Golf. Click it to the right to tighten, left to loosen. It's super simple, very easy. It comes on 5 different models actually. Right here I've got the Titan Tour Ignite Premium. It's the disc version. It's full grain leather upper, with an internal mesh booty for extra comfort. It does have the Ignite Titan Tour outsole. And hey, again, this disc technology is super cool, fast, easy, consistent, and quick comfort all day long. So, you know, no longer you in the parking lot trying to mess with your shoes or whatever it may be. Really easy to quickly lace up your shoes. Another style that we've got it on is the Tour shoe, the Titan Tour Ignite disc. Ricky Fowler and Bryson DeChambeau will be wearing this on tour. Really clean design lines. The disc over on the side this time, so you see that easy right to tighten, left to loosen, then you're ready to go. What we have here is a couple spikeless models that are more versatile. There's this movement where guys, you know, you want to go play some golf, but you might want to go to the 19th hole and have a drink or go to a barbecue or whatever that may be. These are actually the shoes that I'm wearing now. It's the Ignite Spikeless Sport Disc. This is the extreme version. So extreme meaning there's this really cool graphic pattern. Stretchy waterproof mesh, so they're also waterproof. Leather saddle. It's got full length Ignite foam, so extra comfortable. You know, you're on the floor all day here at the show, on your feet. These are amazing. Everyone's walking around wearing these. Also going out to play golf. Again, that disc technology on the tongue. Extremely comfortable, easy, quick, fast, consistent comfort. In a couple colorways here. We've got the gray with the hits of orange, as well as the navy and gray, or gray and navy. We call it the gravy colorway. This is called the Grip Sport. It's breathable, it's a mesh upper with a little bit of a wider toe box. So if you have a little bit of a more wide foot, you know, for that older guy, you get that more wide, generous fit. Very, very comfortable, stylish, comes in a variety of colors. That's our 2017 lineup. We're really happy with how it turned out this year, and excited to be talking to Dale here again from South Africa. It's been a great show.
Louis Oosthuizen. He's got the sweetest swing in the game. He's one of the nicest guys in the game. And he has been using Ping golf equipment ever since he was a junior golfer. When he sees the new i200s, when he sees the new putters, he's going to keep using them, I guarantee it.
So as of always at the show, we've got great new product here. I'll start off, we've got our i200 irons. So we just introduced our i-blades several months ago. So these complement those. Similar technology with the 431, kind of a softer stainless steel metal in there. This has a cavity though, so from a dress, very similar, not quite as small as the i-blades, but a little bigger, so it's a little more forgiving iron. And what we've done with this is we've really increased the ball speed coming off the face. But the exciting thing that we found about it is as we've gotten more ball speed across the face, it actually makes the club more forgiving. So not only does it have a good MOI, but the effective MOI has gone up as well. So it makes it a very forgiving iron that you can still work, you can still hit draws and fades with. So we have the Sigma G line of putters. We're very excited about putters. We see that as a growth opportunity for us. We've lost some market share the last couple of years. So strategically, we know we need to grow in putters, and we're doing it with technology. We've got a great line. It features our TR face technology that we've had in the past, but with a new execution. So if you look at the inserts here, it's actually a P-Bax backing with an aluminum face, but that nice, it's almost a milling-like design actually provides that more effective MOI, so the heel and toe shots go the exact same distance as the center shots. So what we like to say, it eliminates 3 putts because you're leaving yourself much closer. If you don't make the putt, your second putt's a whole lot closer than before. So it is like a traditional blade look, but because of that face technology, it has as much forgiveness as like an old answer putter does. So this is our love it or hate it model. So we actually did like internal testing on it, and there was a small group that this was their #1 putter and another group that this was their least liked putter. So this is love or hate. I personally like it. Our catch putter's been very successful, and we introduced the mid catch back about 2 years ago that was also very successful. So this, we took that same catch design with the 3 lines on top for alignment and just shrunk it down to more of a blade size. So alignment wise, that's what it's trying to do. The catch, if you follow like My Golf Spy, is won year over year as being the best putter that they test on independent testing. We see similar results when we test. For whatever reasons, the alignment works really well, and golfers just make a lot of putts with that catch design. So we know a lot of golfers like a blade and not a mallet design. So that's what the intention was with the Catch B. The GLE, what's really exciting about that is kind of for the first time we said, you know what, the ladies don't hit it as hard. Let's scale back our durability testing so we can add more technology to products. So it actually has the hottest faces of anything that we have here. Our irons are super hot. We've seen players gain 10 yards plus with the irons because of that face technology. We did the same thing with the drivers. So they've got a very, very high CT within the limit or whatever, but just really able to maximize their performance. And what enabled it was realizing that the swing speeds are lower. So how can we best optimize a product for them?
This year at the PGA show, the Ping Golf Company once again came up with a new golf club. This is the i200 iron, which in my opinion is one of their best to date. It has twice as much elastomer in the golf club as any other previous models. This is a crossover iron, so it can work for your average player to your tour player. These are incredible golf clubs with the usual Ping dot, lie angle categories built in, etc. So a wonderful golf club, and I think Ping are going to do exceptionally well with this product.
I've been wearing FootJoy golf shoes ever since my father started earning enough money to buy them for me. They are fabulous. FootJoy also make the #1 golf glove in the game, and I think in America they're #2 in clothing. It is a wonderful stand, very colorful, very bright, and also very comfortable.
I think it's really about, we design product for the game of golf, and it's a lot of fun to do that, but our team, we're just built with a bunch of golfers, so everything we do is geared around the game from every little detail. We've got 3 color stories in the fashion apparel, starting with some greens and navies and whites, and then following it up with some corals, oranges, and grays and tones of gray, and then lastly is our Portsmouth collection, which is a mulberry purple color blended with blacks, grays, and whites.
There's a ton of pressure to stay #1 in this category, and I think all of our team at FootJoy wakes up thinking about how they make the brand better. I think the key focus for us is the focus on our consumer, the dedicated golfer, and we know what makes the dedicated golfer tick, and we're thinking about them 24/7, 365 days a year. So we're always thinking about how we bring new innovation across all of our categories, be it gloves, footwear, socks, our new apparel line, and in every aspect.
They've been around for about 13 to 14 years, the Contour category, and literally millions of people have been in Contour shoes over the years. The only thing that we didn't change about it was the fit, because we talked to a lot of Contour consumers and they said the one thing you can't change is the way this fits my feet. It's perfect. We have one that comes in the BOA lacing system, so this technology is really good. This lace is made up of 49 strands of aircraft grade steel. It's not going to break. It's incredibly durable. And this feeds down behind on the sides of the shoes to the back part. So when you press in the knob and turn it clockwise, you could see how it gives you this even distribution of pressure over the top of the foot. You know, with regular shoelaces, sometimes when you pull it to the top, it creates a hot spot right here. This gives you that even distribution of pressure, brings your foot down and back into the shoe and really locks it in. It's a tremendous technology.
We have the new FootJoy Rain Grip Golf Glove here, which is essential for every golfer in wet conditions. What's great about this glove here is the auto suede knit palm, which is optimal for grip in all wet conditions. What's new about the Rain Grip this year is we have a new quick drying knit on the back of hand, which is a nice lightweight material, quicker drying, and very, very conforming to the back of the hand for the golfer. New in 2017 is a white version with a gray palm. Same materials, same performance. Now, we realized something with a lot of golfers playing in hot, humid conditions. We've seen a lot of them wearing a Rain Grip glove. So as they sweat and as they perspire, they wanted something that gives them that extra traction for added performance. Very great feedback so far. We're awfully excited to introduce this product this year.
In the January issue of Complete Golfer, they have an article about extreme golf holes. Here at Mission Inn, we're going to be looking now at the Las Colinas golf course, the easier of the 2 golf courses, but they have an extreme golf hole. It's not extreme because it's long or even that difficult, but it is one of the narrowest par 5s I've ever seen. Let's go and have a look. We get to the 7th hole, which is a par 4. And this is a good example of the type of golf course this is. From the normal tees 336 yards, so less than 300 meters. And it's a blind tee shot. You go over a mound, then the tee shot will hit the downslope and run all the way down into a valley just short of the green. So a good drive, even for a club golfer, you're not going to have any more than a wedge shot for your second shot. But this is where the hole becomes interesting. Beautifully bunkered. The green is at an angle to you. It's kind of a narrow green, but narrow sideways, so that the second shot, the distance control has to be perfect if you want to hit it near the flag. Kind of hole, if you drop a shot, you're going to be miserable. If you make a par, okay. But a lot of times here, you'd expect to get a birdie. And on these greens, especially with the quality of them, you are going to make a lot of good putts. Another beautiful par 4, and as I said before, on a beautiful golf course. The 12th hole is a par 5. And if you suffer from claustrophobia, this is not a good hole to tee up on because it is seriously narrow. The first most important thing that you have to get right is to hit your tee shot on the fairway. And that is going to require a very, very accurate shot. Even if you take an iron off this tee, you've got to hit an accurate iron shot to hit it on that fairway. Huge trees down the left-hand side, huge trees down the right-hand side. There is a water hazard that you have to carry, but that shouldn't come into play unless you stone cold top your tee shot. So hit it on the fairway. That's a good start. But if you thought the tee shot was narrow, the second shot is even more narrow. So if you hit a 3-iron off the tee, the second shot is probably a 4 or 5-iron. Keep it away from all the trees, keep it down the fairway, and then you've got a wedge shot into the green for your third shot because it's not a long hole. From the club tee, it's probably only 450 meters. The third shot, though, with a wedge is still quite a challenging shot because there's a bunker that protects the front right of the green. And the green kind of is heart-shaped around that bunker, so it's a very interesting green. Once again, some nice subtle breaks on this green. It really is the kind of hole that in medal play, there could be a 2, 3 or 4 shot swing very, very easily. You're going to find birdies, maybe the odd eagle, but you're going to find lots of 8s and 9s on this hole, I guarantee it.